MSI GeForce RTX 3090T Suprim X 24GB review. Meet the BFGPU with its 3.5 slot 16-pin connector design. It's been pending for release for a while now, a GeForce RTX 3090T model. The flagship series graphics card is enhanced further with even faster memory, more shaders, and a TGP rating starting at 450 watts. MSI will offer an over-engineered GeForce RTX 3090 Suprim X Edition graphics card. Extremely precise tuning, extensive power distribution, and an exceptionally quiet card for a device in this enthusiast class. That, and 24 GB of the world's fastest GDDR6X RAM. What are the advantages of a product with beefed-up 10,752 shader cores? The GeForce RTX 3090T is the first graphics card to include 2 GB GDDR6X memory chips rated at an effective 21 gigabits per second data transmission rate. Additionally, it will have a new 16-pin standardized power connector. Users should ensure that their power supplies are capable of delivering 450W to the GPU alone, so we're slowly getting back to 1000W supplies, particularly when combined with other high-end desktop components. It's a bit of a beast really, and while we're not certain why graphics cards rated 450 watt in their default setup are deemed as an acceptable thing, we certainly cannot deny the sheer rendering power that is thrown at us today. In this year's CES presentation, Nvidia teased the RTX 3090T. The graphics card will make use of all 10,752 shader cores on the GA102 GPU. Nvidia has introduced 24 GB of GDDR6X memory with a 21 gigabits per second clock speed. The maximum potential bandwidth of 1 terabyte per second is achieved coupled to a 384-bit memory bus, which is over 8% faster than the standard GeForce RTX 3090. The triple-slot arrangement of the Founders Edition RTX 3090T is nearly identical to that of the original model. The Founder card will be powered by a single 16-pin power socket with a maximum output power of 450 watts. The card includes a base clock of 1560 MHz and a boost clock of 1860 MHz, which is quicker than the regular 3090 model. On the GeForce RTX 3090T, Nvidia enabled 84 SM units, resulting in a total of 10,752 shader cores. Of course, the GeForce RTX 3090T has RT cores, Tensor cores as well. Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090T, 40 TFlops for 78 TFlops, 320 TFlops, Tensor. Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090, 36 TFlops, 69 TFlops, 285 TFlops. The Ampere GA102 GPU-based card was supposed to launch earlier this year already, but was delayed a good month. It was 2017 when Ampere, as a GPU architecture surfaced on the web, and up to earlier this year, Nvidia had not listed this name in any of its roadmaps on the consumer side. It was with military-level secrecy that the Ampere consumer part was developed. Ampere, of course, is the base unit of electric current in the International System of Units. But the GPU is named after André-Marie Ampere, a French mathematician and physicist, considered the father of electrodynamics. Nvidia has a track record of naming their GPU architectures after mathematicians and physicists or figures from closely related fields, of naming a few: Pascal, Fermi, Kepler, Maxwell, and more recently, Turing. While it was no secret that the new GPUs would be based on Ampere, we've seen much discussion about fabrication nodes, architecture, and specifications. Still, everybody seems to have forgotten that Ampere already launched earlier this year for the HPC market. The first product based on Ampere was the Nvidia Tesla A100, outfitted with a GA100 Ampere GPU based on 7 nanometers fabricated at TSMC. That product holds 54 billion transistors, 6,912 shader cores. On September 1st of the year, 2020, Nvidia announced 3 initial Ampere graphics cards in its first launch wave. A week before announcements, specifications of the GeForce RTX 3080 and 3090 took a twist. The shader core count mysteriously doubled up from what everybody expected. The GPUs are fabricated on an 8nm node derived from Samsung. This process is a further development of Samsung's 10nm process. No EUV is applied in production just yet. The first wave of announcements would see the GeForce RTX 3080 and 3090 being released first, and as a bit of a surprise, the GeForce RTX 3070 would be arriving in roughly the same timeframe as well. The initial launch of Ampere for consumers entails the GeForce RTX 3070 8GB GDDR6, RTX 3080 10GB GDDR6X. Then came the 24GB GDDR6X based premium flagship, and today the 3090T. The lineup nearly doubles ray tracing performance with Gen 2 ray tracing cores and third iteration Tensor cores. The Nvidia GA102 GPU was used initially for 2 products, the GeForce RTX 3080 and 3090 graphics cards. And it is one big GPU die and product overall alright. The 3090T's GA102-350A1 GPU is armed with 10.752 shader processors and 28 billion transistors. In this review, we'll check out the mother of them all, the GeForce RTX 3090T, paired with 24GB of updated GDDR6X graphics memory, 24GB, and 10K plus shader cores. The new PCI Express 5.0 12-pin 12 VHPWR connector can offer up to 600 watts. The GeForce RTX 3090T, on the other hand, will always come with an adapter for 3 6 plus 2 pins connectors to that new 12 VHPWR connector. MSI GeForce RTX 3090 Suprim X24G. The MSI Suprim X series GeForce RTX 3090T has, of course, been fitted with fully enabled Nvidia GA102-350 GPU. It has a hefty 10.752 shader cores activated and is paired with 24GB of all-new GDDR6X graphics memory. MSI equipped the card with a semi-passive design. The 3 fans start to spin and cool once the GPU warms up. The card is beefed up pretty extreme. It has a dual BIOS with gaming performance and silent mode. Both BIOS modes offer the same performance, just at different temperatures and acoustics based on different fan deltas. MSI increased the power usage allowance as well as the turbo clock frequency. This card has a clock speed of 1950 MHz, the fastest on the market. The memory runs at 21 gigabits per second effective. Suprim X has been fitted with the popular TI-Frozza 2S cooling solution with 3 TOIX 4.0 fans. New in the design is that it has close quarters heat pipes around the VIM and a backplate, so that provides even better cooling. The Suprim X RTX 3090T also has a higher TGP value at roughly 450 watts. To amp up such hefty values, the cards have been fitted with a new single 16-pin power connector. There will be a convertible cable of 3x8-pin to this new 12+4 power connector included. Realistically, with these values and other high-end components in mind, it would be best if you had at least a proper 1000-watt PSU when using this graphics card. Weighing in at 2 kilograms, this newborn has been sized quite big, 336x140x61 millimeters. You'll receive a free mouse mat as well as an extra bracket to support the weight of the card, should you want to need that. All that with exquisite looks, of course. But hey, judge for yourself. Let's start up this review, shall we?